Hi there, this is Kevin at CreativeOrange.com. And how many times have you been outside and you wanted the background really dark blue, in a sunny day, and you aren't really sure how to use your flash to do that? So I'm going to walk you through step by step how we do it with the new Canon 600 EX RT and the speedlight transmitter that they have out too, the STE3 RT. There's a lot of RTs and ETs and all that stuff in there. So anyway, but this is their new system, and I'm really excited about it. I just switched to Canon, and I'm really excited about this. It does things that are really cool and make my life easier, and I'm all about making my life easier. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the first thing I do, even before I bring my client out, I want to make sure they're getting their hair and makeup done. I'm going to get my ambient exposure first, okay? So I want to know what the exposure is in the background. Okay, so I'm going to just take a meter reading off the whole scene, and I want the sky dark, so I'm actually going to take a meter reading with the sky in it, and I'm on manual in evaluative metering. So let me go ahead and take a meter reading here, and right now I am at 5.6 at a 500th of a second, okay? Which is not a problem because we're going to use high-speed sync on this, so we don't have to worry about our shutter speed quite so much. Okay, so that is a proper exposure, but we want that background really dark and moody. So I'm going to actually stop down 2 stops. So I'm going to go, my last metering was 5.6 at a 500th of a second, so I'm going to go to 1,000th of a second at 5.6, and that should be about right. So let me take another shot here. And so that's really pretty good. It's the sky is kind of dark, the background's kind of going black a little bit, but the sky's dark blue, so we're gonna start with that. So from there, all we're gonna do now is add our flash, and it's gonna be in TTL. So it actually knows already what the camera's set at, because that's how eTTL works, iTTL on Nikon, and it's gonna know, so we don't have to do any math or anything. We literally just gonna plug in the flash and play. So we'll add our subject Essie here, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we brought Essie out here, our subject. She's wearing her vintage Hawaiian shirt there. Vintage, I think, from 2010 or something. Anyway, she's got her Hawaiian shirt on there. So she's in the location I want. I already know what my ambient is, so I don't have to worry about my camera settings at all. So now I'm going to use my STE3 and have that set up. I'm going to set it up to group, okay? And this flash here I have set on A, group A, and it's in slave too. So everything's going to be controlled from the STE3. I still am learning the numbers here because I just switched to Canon. So I'm going to control everything from here, but it's in TTL, okay? So now all I've got to do is basically point the flash at Essie and shoot. It's going to give me a proper exposure of her. So let me go ahead and line this up here. Okay. And I'm going to go this, so I want a little more sky here. So we'll go like so, and boom. I'm done. I mean, that's how easy this is. Let me try another one. And beautiful. Now look off this way. Right there. You lock the focus in, and you can see it's going to be a lot easier if you have an assistant doing this. So let's try this one more time here. Right there. Beautiful. And right there. So we nailed it right there. TTL, it's that easy, okay? So now we're gonna come back. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to add another flash behind her. And excuse me, no, that was a truck going by. Add another light behind her to add a little kicker light to the side. Okay, so now we did a beautiful shot of Essie with just the one light, but we want to add a kicker light behind here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch the secondary light to, it's in slave mode also, but I'm going to make it group B instead of group A. Okay, I'm going to stick it right back here, and I'm going to point it right back at Essie, but kind of towards the camera, because I want light spilling in across her. Okay, there's 2 ways you can do this. Okay, you can leave it in TTL and then use your exposure value and bump it way up. But I like to control my background manually, okay? So now you can do that with Canon. With the 580EX2, you could not have your main on TTL and your background on manual. With the 600, you can. So I'm gonna go in here to my STE3, and I'm gonna set my B into manual, so it's in manual. And then I'm gonna set it at full power because I know it's pretty bright out here, so I want light blasting back by her. So let's go ahead and test that out now. wrapped up here. And right there. That's beautiful. Let me get the flash in here this time so that you can actually see it. And one more. Right there. Perfect. So now we have light flashing back at us, but let's just say, for giggles, that we actually want to have a starburst effect on this. You know, where the lights, there's not light coming out, where it's actually like a little star. You need to be at f16 or 22 or beyond that to get, because it's actually the shutter blades that are causing the starburst. Right now I'm at 5.6 at 1,000. So we're gonna go ahead and do the math, and we're gonna go through and set this up at 22. So let's go ahead and try that. So let's count the stops. So let's go 5.6 to 8 to 11 to 16. So that's 3 stops, right? So let's go ahead and set that. So 3 stops. So now we need 3 stops more light with the shutter speed to keep the same action exposure. So I'm at 1,000th of a second. So let's go to 500th is 1, 250 is 2, and 120 is 3 stops. So everything is, it's that easy doing the math, it really is. So now let's try this at f22, or excuse me, x16, and let's see how different it looks with the power output. And so now we're getting a starburst effect, okay? So that's how to get a starburst effect out of the background light versus just a blob of light. Let's go ahead, that's at full power. Let's take it back to half power and see if we like that better. So I'm gonna go in here to my STE3. I've got to get used to the numbers here. And I'm gonna go to group and go ahead and go down to my second one and then hit the plus and minus. And let's take that down to half power. And let's try that again at half power and see what we get. Got a lot of wind blowing around here. And beautiful. One more time. Right there. Perfect. So now we're getting a little bit more starburst effect. That's how you do that. So you can see this is all really easy to do. You control it all from your camera, and there you go. So if you want to take shots outside, what would Kevin do? This is what Kevin would do. I would just go ahead and use my STE3 with my 600s. Boom, I'm done, just like that. Okay, so I just showed you exactly what Kevin would do in that situation where you want the background dark and you are going to use your flash. It's really that simple. I mean, you take a meter reading off the sky, underexpose it by a full stop, and then stick your camera in TTL at high speed sync, and you're good to go. And the new Canon system that I got here, the STE3 with the 600 EXs, it's amazing. It's all, you know, completely wireless, so you don't have to worry about anything else externally. You just plug them in and go. So it's like, it's TTL, it knows what the camera's doing, and you're good to go. So that's what Kevin would do. Thanks again. This is Kevin Focht, CreativeOrange.com. Talk to you later. Bye.